everybody. Welcome to April Favorites. What a month. What? And it just flew. The books I read this month. Have you ever read a series of books and the characters in them just, you can't stop thinking about them? Well, for some reason, I talked about this book series before. It's the Cainsville book series. It's by Kelley Armstrong. There's 4 books in the series. The 5th book doesn't come out, I think, till August. But I couldn't stop thinking about one of the characters. His name is Gabriel. There's something about him. He's very likable and then not likable, and you just kind of feel sorry. Anyway, so this month I reread, well, I'm still finishing number 4, but I went through and reread the series as well as a novella that she had put out. I don't know when that came out, but a little while back. So I will link all 4 plus the novella. I think there's a couple short stories as well in the description box. It's just one of those series that it stuck with me. I really enjoyed it. Starting with A Random Toiletry. I picked this up this month. It's a mouthwash. I get dry mouth, not just like bad breath, but where I'm like, clearly I need to drink more water. But I have dry eyes, I have dry skin, my mouth gets dry. There's clearly something going on there, whatever. Okay, we're gonna treat the symptoms. It's, the brand is Biotin. There are generics out there, but I wanted to try the name brand first to see if it even worked. And the generic had a much larger bottle that I didn't want to deal with on my bathroom countertop. That's really why I picked this one. So it's Biotin Dry Mouth Oral Rinse. I just brushed my teeth in the morning. I squeezed this in there. There is lipstick on this because sometimes I freshen up during the day and I already have lipstick on, but I'm the only one using it, so who cares? And squish around, spit it out, and it really works. Not just freshening my breath, but it works with the dry mouth. So yay to Biotin. They also make mouth mints that I have in my purse that are lovely as well, but I have definitely noticed an improvement in the dry mouth. So I just wanted to share that little tip since for some reason this month has gone way into the TMI zone for me. So I'm just gonna keep going with that trend. Let's stick with accessories, shall we? Okay, these earrings I am loving. Bauble Bar, I feel like I have this love, not hate, but love relationship with. Some months I'm like, oh my gosh, everything I love, I want. And then there are months that go where I'm like, it's very young. Some of this stuff, like they went through a Coachella phase that I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to Coachella. I don't need festival jewelry, but thanks, guys. But the last month or so, and now recently their new summer launches, I'm all over it. Like you're gonna see a lot of Bauble Bar stuff in the next few months. I'm just warning you now. So these earrings you've seen before. Many of you hate them. I love them, and that's all that counts, is they make me happy. You see a trend with the balls? Anyway, these are very light. They're big. I mean, I'm not denying the hugeness of them. I think they do come in other colors. You don't have to get the obnoxious pink, but I like the obnoxious pink. Kind of goes with my personality. They're very lightweight though, and they're fun, and that's why I like them. These are not on my favorites per se, only because I haven't had them very long, so I don't think it's fair, but these come in other colors, but I like the blush. And they're fun. They're little beads. So they're really, really, really lightweight as well. This is brand new for summer. I've been wearing it. You saw it in my What I Wore conference. Here it is. Up close and personal, kind of. This is a good way to add a punch of color to an outfit that has no color. It has neon, it has pink, it has sparkly stuff. This is a brand called Argento Vivo, I want to say. And I really like the price point. It's the same price as Bauble Bar, some things a little less actually, but very classic, more delicate, just very simple, like gold and silver colored, not actual gold pieces. I wore these recently in my reward style conference to one of the parties. I've been wearing them in vlogs. I think you've seen them pop up. They have all kinds of, if you like this very simple geometric kind of stuff, very similar, I think, to the Goriana collection as well, but a lot less expensive, much more reasonable and everyday wear. Very lightweight. I like the lightweight stuff. There is a shoe that I cannot stop talking about, and that is because I cannot stop wearing it. And it is this booty. Booty. Shake your booty. Get it? I really need to catch up on my sleep because I'm getting a little goofy. Anyway, Vince Camuto. It's a booty that's appropriate for warm weather. Open toe, open side, perforated upper, so you get some nice airflow. Really high stacked heel, and now I'm touching the bottom of my shoe. Ew. And really comfy. Wore this to Parents Weekend when we went to go visit Jake at Ole Miss. You saw that video. That was definitely a highlight of the month of April for me, the highlight, I would say. And wore this 2 out of 4 days at the Reward Style Conference. Wear it pretty much every day. Probably gonna wear them again today. Haven't worn shoes yet today. The star of my trip to Oxford, I have to mention, the Kelley saddlebag from GG New York. Here she is in almond. Love that outer pocket. I love this bag. I can fit a ton of stuff in here and still wear it as a crossbody and not be hauling a giant tote bag. So that has been very nice this month. So I just needed to get all those out there. Okay, let's go to like makeup and stuff that's makeup related. Starting with what's on my fingernails. It's not Soya. I really like a milky pink. Like love a milky pinky white, but I kind of wanted to go with a milky blue. So I found this from Essie and it is their shade in Proper Posture. And it's a really light milky blue. I love it. It's exactly what I was looking for. Perfect for summer. Also, I want to address what I'm wearing on my lips. It's a little misleading though. This is the Clinique Lip Lacquer in Wink Pop, which by itself is lovely and lasts a very long time on the lips for a lip gloss, but it is actually layered over a Wet n Wild liquid lipstick in Pink Really Hard. So what I love about this is that I can wear it by itself, and there are bright versions of this, but I like this very neutral pink color. I love this now that it's warming up. It's not gonna melt in my bag. I will be going back to purchase more of these. Speaking of Sephora haul, this was one of the favorites that came out of that. This is the Tartelette Tease palette. It's a little baby palette. It's very tiny. There are 6 shades. Lovely. Wore this. I need to do a tutorial with this because this is what I wore for my evening look when I went to the Reward Style Conference for the ball gown thing. That. Another thing that came out of that big Sephora haul was this, and I want to talk about this. This is the Benefit Cheek Parade, and we saw this recently, so I don't want to get into too much detail. 5 full-size bronzers and blushers. Yeah. 2 bronzers, 3 blushes, a highlight, if you will, if you are not my color. And there's been some debate as to the worthiness of this. Like, it's not the same formula as the individual ones. Honestly, I have not had the time to compare to the 2 I actually own because I already own Rockateur and I already own Hoola. But I'll tell you this. I don't own the other ones, so I don't know. And I'm not going to go out now and go buy the other ones, so I don't care. I know that sounds crazy, but I like how they look on me. So how they compare to the other ones, if they're not as pigmented, I understand why you would be upset if you're hoping to get it looking exactly like the original individuals look, but that, for me, I like how they swatched in the store. I knew what I was getting when I bought it, so I'm fine with it. I like them. They perform well for me. I wore them all weekend. I've been wearing them nonstop. I love them. The price was $50-something. Each of those alone is almost $30, so that's a huge savings. I feel like once you get it on your face, to compare like that, so like we do that because that's what we do as beauty fans, but to me it's not a deal breaker. But I understand if you're very picky about your makeup collection and you want specifically that kind of pigmentation, that level of wear, that could be a deal breaker for you, especially if you already have some of the other ones and you really are just buying it for one particular shade, then go for that one shade. But for me, since I didn't have all those other shades, I didn't care. I did a horrible job swatching this in the video. This is from Makeup Revolution. It's the Fortune Favors the Brave palette that they did in collaboration with British beauty blogger. That's her name. Her real name, first name escapes me. So other than the fact that I did a major YouTube fail and did not swatch these well, I love this palette. I brought this with me to the conference. I wore a lot of these colors. It does apply beautifully. Don't let my less than stellar swatching performance scare you. It's a great palette. It's a great variety of neutrals and jewel tones and shimmers, and it's beautiful. And $18 for 30 shades. It's great. I love it. This little guy. This is a concealer from Amazing Cosmetics. Full disclosure, they sent it to me. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks. They sent me a foundation, which I do not care for. Just going to be upfront. But their this concealer, I think it's like their original concealer that everyone says is amazing. It's the Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer. It's pretty amazing. I don't use it under my eyes, so it might not be great for under your eyes. I tend to, I found a combination that works for me, and I'm not really messing with that. But a pinpoint amount of this on any kind of discoloration on your face, amazing. Aptly named. It's good stuff. This little bit will last you for years. This is probably going to be one of those things that will expire before you get to use it all up. That's how much, how little goes a long way. Good stuff. I get the hype. And then lastly, this little guy, did a sponsored video for it. This is one of the great things about doing sponsored videos from the YouTuber side of the business, is that we get to try things that maybe, you know, you forget about or you wouldn't necessarily try, and then you're like, wow, you know what, this stuff is really good. Case in point, the Olay Eyes Pro Retinol Eye Treatment. This stuff's really good. I still use all my Colleen Rothschild products. I haven't retired any of those, but instead of using her eye cream day and night, I just use it during the day, and at night, I use this guy. And I like the little tiny container. I like the packaging a lot. And I have definitely noticed a decrease in the fine lines under and around my eyes since using this. Like, it's just, that's it. Now, I'll let you in a little secret. I met with Colleen over the weekend, and they are releasing an eye cream later this year that has retinol in it. So we will have to put it to the test and see how it stands up to this guy. But until that day comes, this is my new favorite nighttime eye cream. And it does say only use it once a day. So there you go. I will say the one intangible that I didn't mention maybe enough was, other than seeing Jake for Parents Weekend, which as a parent who doesn't get to see their child more than, you know, once every few months, that's huge. And going to Oxford, Mississippi, if you have never been, is kind of a magical experience. That's a whole different video, but it's almost like a town that time has forgot, as far as it's like stepping into a Norman Rockwell painting. It's like Camelot. Every time I go, the weather's always perfect, the sun is always shining, and everyone's always happy. Like, it's just bizarre. But anyway, aside from that, going to the Reward Style Conference, getting to spend amazing quality girl time, not just with my best buddy Erin, but with so many other bloggers, meeting Angie from Angie Hot and Flashy. That's a whole story. That's an Instagram live story. But she didn't tell me she was coming. We had talked about it earlier, and then she wasn't when we left off, she wasn't coming. And then I'm standing downstairs in the lobby getting ready to go to the party, the first night's party, and I get a text, are you going to the party? I'm like, wait, are you here? And we ended up just hanging out the entire weekend. And for all of you who wonder, does she use filters, this, that, Angie is, if it's possible to be more beautiful in person, she is. Is she really that nice and genuine? She is. She is very tall, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, but very tall, very thin, very kind, really funny. I'm smiling because it's nice when you meet someone that you admire and then it turns out they really are an admirable person. Like, that's always a good thing. So that was a highlight. I met some housewives. Both housewives were very nice, very, very nice. Yeah, so it was just great. That was a great, great experience. And it's been a great, when I say great again, it's been a really fun month. Spring football has started for the high school kids, so busy time of year for us again. Looking forward to May. Jake comes home in less than 2 weeks. Yes. Just for a little bit, though. He's going to do the first session of summer school. So he goes back after Memorial Day for just about a month. But I get him home, and then there's Mother's Day. He'll be home in time for Mother's Day. Yay. Barely, but yay. Just all kinds of really, I'm going to go to a hypothyroid, their annual conference. I get to go to that. I'm taking you guys with me. Like, lots of fun things coming up. So be sure you're subscribed. I cannot stress enough. Be sure you're subscribed or following me on my Instagram. And as always, I just want to thank you. Just thank you for making my crazy, fun life more fun, more crazy, and everything that has come with it possible, because it wouldn't without all of you and all of your support. 80,000 subscribers this month, guys. Did I not mention that? Holy mother of YouTube. Wow. Thank you. Like 80,000. Like, all right. Next stop, 81. You know, that's the next stop. So thank you so much for everything, you guys. I wish I could come to everybody's house and thank you personally, but I can't. So this is where I can do it. And again, I love you all. I know that doesn't seem like much and it might seem very trite, but for all of you who have been with me for almost 7 years or 7 minutes, thank you for choosing to spend your time with me, however long it's been. I hope you stick around for a while. And on that note, I'll see you in the next video.